I'm going to try to cover several things in this video. I'm going to start the video off with some comments for Nardi Speed Shop, a comment I made on one of their videos. I'm going to comment on some comments made by Off Grid Live on one of my videos. I'm going to make a comment for Wonder Hussy on one of her videos. Last time, I'm going to cover some chick that she knows who she is. She'll figure out who she is. But anyway, let me start off with Nardi Speed Shop. That's the title of their YouTube channel. I suggested if they're restoring a '58 Chevy, like a Bel Air or something along that line. Now they were looking for parts. If they don't find anything in Southern California, some of the wrecking yards around there. Now there are a handful of wrecking yards that cater to the vintage vehicles. Most of the self-service auto wrecking yards have more than what's most of the stuff in the wrecking yards are the stuff that's on the roads now, the stuff from the 2000s. It's hard to find some of the older stuff, stuff from the 80s and 90s, and the stuff from the 50s. There's a handful of yards that do carry the. But the way I say, there's a wrecking yard in up toward Black Canyon City. Now, to visit this place has been on my bucket list for a number of years. Rick DeBrule has covered this yard 2 or 3 times. Most of Rick DeBrule's videos are from. That's the title of his YouTube channel is Rick DeBrule. That's his name. Like he did his video, like I did my channel, in my personal name. But anyway, Rick DeBrule has hit up this yard in Black Canyon City. It's Desert Diamond something, auto wrecking yard. And not only do they have the newer stuff, they have a number of the old cars. Now, I don't know what they're, now they have a number of cars. According to Rick DeBrule, they have a number of, what you consider a project car. When it's fairly complete, they've got a title for, and if you want to buy it, you can get it roadworthy and use it. But they may have some of the older cars that they're parting out. I don't know. I know there are 2 or 3 yards around the valley here in that that do have some of the older stuff. And that's one thing. If you don't find what you want there in SoCal, you might think about the Phoenix metro area. Now, Black Canyon City is just north of Phoenix, and sometime I want to get up to that yard in Black Canyon City, and just go through that yard, just see what they've got there. I need to make sure that they would let me go through the video. I don't know why they wouldn't, because they're probably I might show a video of a car that somebody wouldn't know was there, and say, "Oh, got it. Yeah, I see James's video, and I'm gonna buy that car." I could make a sale for them that they otherwise might not. So I think that they might be opening, letting other people go through the video, just getting a little bit of free advertisement is the way I need to say it. But anyway, next thing I'm going to cover is for Off Grid Live. Now, mainly what in my video I made a little bit early this morning, I was addressing the rioters in Northern Ireland in Belfast. I said, hey, 2 wrongs don't make a right, because you get an immigrant that knifes another guy. Now, I don't know if it was provoked or unprovoked. I don't know that much about it. That may come out, and it might not be known. Who knows what's kind of what facts we can get out of that. If the guy that was knifed, he might not want to admit that he poked a fight with this other guy. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. But anyway, my point was, now when the government lets in people, you need to vet them. You need to vet them and then follow up on if these are people that are integrating into their societies or not. If these are people that are, I'd say the vast majority of people that we let in here to the United States are decent people that follow the rules. They become part of society. They learn English. They become productive members of society. Yeah, you're going to get these few rotten apples. You're going to get these people that don't follow the rules. And are you going to get members of criminal organizations one way or another? Maybe we have a few members of Al Qaeda, or I can't keep track of the different different bad organizations, and I'm sure we've probably let in gangs of individuals that don't have our best interest at heart, and we either criminally prosecute these individuals or send them back. That's just the way we humans are. You're going to get those rotten apples in there. But what I'm saying is, you don't hurt the innocent for the guilty. I think I'm saying that right. You got to follow through. Angela Merkel, in Germany, when she was their chancellor, she let in a lot of people. And I don't think they vetted everybody there. And she took a lot of heat for that. I understand what she was doing, But yeah, you got to follow through. You got to make sure that these people are who you want to let into your country. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about. Now, let's look at the Chinese that came in here all in the 1800s to help build the railroad. Some of them went back. Some of them stayed. Some of them, helped build San Francisco. Some of them, started Chinatown and places like that. Some of them bought farms. Different. They're part of our society now. They're a backbone of America. They've added their culture, their history to our society. Look at the English or the Irish that came in during the potato famines. Should we have barred our doors to the Irish that were, starving to death over in Ireland? No, I say I understand their position. I understand, why we let them in here, and they helped build a lot of the eastern cities. They helped, build the skyscrapers and stuff. They helped mine the raw ore from the mines and stuff. Immigrants have always been part of our society. We let them in here as long as they're willing to become Americans, as long as they're part of our society, as long as they're good people, we let them in here. That's the point I was making. If anybody doesn't understand my point of view, I don't know what to tell you. That was my point. Now let me get to Wonder Hussy. Um, she's riding in part of the way through Route 66. She's riding in like a Coral, Edsel from the 50s. This guy that's driving her as part of this Edsel club. Now, I know where there is or was one. Now, if you search my videos, I titled it, I've made about 3 from this yard. It's Electrical Boneyard in Glendale. Now, one is titled Old Cars and Electrical Boneyard. That's how I titled it. Now, I was back in this yard maybe about a year ago, and just got another video, and they said that nothing, none of the vehicles are for sale in this yard. But I'm thinking if somebody went in there with a lot of money, now there was an Edsel in there at 50 something Edsel. And I'm thinking if you go in there with enough money, they'll probably sell something to you. Now, like I said, all the information is on the video that I posted about 3 years ago. Said again, it's titled Old Cars and Electrical Boneyard. Now, if you need an electrical part, a used breaker panel, they had a lot of those, like 480 to 240 step down transformers. They had a whole bunch of those, all kind of lights and stuff in there. This is 50 some Avenue, just south from Northern. But I don't remember exactly how to get in there. But it said I think I'd go back and get the address off of this the video that I made. But I said it was titled Old Cars and an Electrical Boneyard. That's exactly how I titled it. And I did post a lot of the information. I posted phone numbers from about 3 different individuals from this yard if you want to contact somebody. I said they told me nothing was for sale, but I think if somebody went in there with enough money, they probably would sell you something. Now, the last thing I'm going to cover is for a chick. She knows who she is, and she knows that if she offers me that tuna fish sandwich, the deal's open. But I'd say probably in both our best interest that we do a handful of collab videos on stuff we both find interesting here from the valley. Do some videos like that first, and because once you offer me that tuna fish sandwich, we're both gonna come back for more. Yeah, then we're stuck with each other. I think you know that offer is always open. Whether you're gonna take that offer or not, I don't know. That's up to you. Okay. Das Leben ist nicht einfach. Das Leben ist ein Abenteuer and c'est la vie. Ciao, auf Wiedersehen, mahalo, das Vistania, adios, die Dios. Bye for now.